Just a couple of days ago, we heard President Trump talking about tariffs on solar panels, tariffs on washing machines. What can Europe do to counter this?
I think Mr. Trump is coming this week to Davos, and President Trump is always ready for surprise. And we had a lot of surprise here in Davos. I remember the Chinese president speaking about free market and being a big surprise. So we will see what will be the speech of President Trump here in Davos. I think that exchanges is the base on how we work together. And even if America first is one of the big principles of President Trump, imagine if every country would say, I would say Luxembourg first, Emmanuel Macron would say France first, and Angela Merkel would say Germany first. This won't be a world where we would progress. I think exchange and multilateralism is a base of commerce and of exchanges, and you should always see from both sides, because if you say something, some other countries will decide to take the same decisions, and this can harm also your own economy. And sorry to make a link with that, it's the same with when we speak in Europe about flexible solidarity. Dangerous. If you start to speak about the flexible solidarity, especially in the question of migrants, like we had in the European Council, other countries will consider that flexible solidarity can be also for funds and for the structural funds. And then maybe the thing you started is like a boomerang. You throw it, but you get it back. So I hope that we will be able to work together. America is a partner of Europe. Yeah. And I'm happy that he's here in Europe. And that together we'll continue on this multilateralism.
But if President Trump puts America first, does it mean that if there are more tariffs up, then he's starting a trade war with China, and will investments come to Europe instead?
I think it's not good for no one if everybody just wants to, like, it's a strange comparison, but like a snail looking out and getting back into the house as soon, and then really closing on each other. I think really to be an open. My country was a fortress 151 years ago, and we decided to take walls away, and this was the success of my country, being open to other and to live from the exchange. And now if we are what we are, it's because we took walls away and not built new walls.
But you also have a unique ecosystem, right? Inside Luxembourg, you attract a lot of investments. The taxes are very good, so you can have a lot of finance.
The fact is, my country was always able to think not only and being proud about what we did, but also be ready for what we will do. My country was a poor country. A lot of people don't know, but Luxembourg was a poor country. We were farmers. And then we decided to, then we discovered steel. And we had a steel company which is very successful in Luxembourg. Then we started with communication, with RTL, which is one of the biggest media company in Europe, where the state supported private initiatives to do this. Then we started with the banks, then we started with the satellites in the 80s, then we started with the funds. We are the second biggest funds industry in the world. Now we start with the space mining. So I just had the opportunity to explain what is space mining.
What is space mining?
It is, no, it's not space money, space mining.
Oh,
might
mining,
be space
mining.
space mining, not spice money and not spice. It's space mining. So the fact that we have nowadays in the asteroids so many different minerals and so many resources that we can use, that my country launched an initiative on that. So we always try to be front runner for a lot of different things.
Will you benefit from Brexit?
I think we should not calculate on a day basis about the benefits of Brexit, because I belong to the one who really believe that we should have a pragmatic solution. And we shouldn't punish the UK citizens and the voters, and we should not punish London. If I see, for example, London is an important financial centre, and I could, in first mind, say, yes, this is good, so we will destroy London, and so it will be good for us. This is wrong. We need to, if London is weak, it's not good for no one of us. So it is important that London continues to be able to work. The best way would be, we would have still a situation where we have a level playing field and with the exchanges. But I know that because of the Brexit there will be some changes. And we listened to Michel Barnier also about the position about how the services will be in the Brexit deal. And
What's your position on financial services?
I strongly believe that we should have the situation like it is today, so that an open market, an open relationship with London. But the problem is the UK announced so many red lines. They said, not this, not this, not this, not this. So it makes it very difficult to keep the relation we have now. And this will harm the UK economy. So I prefer to have them with us, because we should not forget, in March 2019, there will be third countries. And if we don't prepare that well, also from my point of view, because it's not cherry picking, because if they would do cherry picking, it's, as I told you, the Brexit benefits would be very short term, because afterwards everybody will say, okay, London is even now more attractive without having to respect some European rules, so we'll go back to London. So we need to have a level playing field, no cherry picking, but a collaboration where we are both able to have a win-win situation. If we accept cherry picking, it would also bring other countries to ask why do they have to have the bad things, and also if UK are just able to have the good things. So it's a whole package, and I'm happy that we were able to have the first points are all cleared now. We give the agreement for the second step, and I hope that we will be able to have that. But I deeply still regret the decision. I respect it, but I deeply still regret the decisions, because coming from a small country, I know that we are able to do things when we work together.
Prime Minister, talk to me about the possible taxation of digital companies.
Yes.
Where do you stand on it? Does it have to be at an OECD level?
My problem is, and as I told you before, if I don't do it on OECD level, what will be the situation in 2019? The companies now will all go to London. And now, so this is what is for me so important. It's the same like the finance transaction tax or the GAFA. We need to have taxes for these companies. It's not acceptable that a baker waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning has to pay at the end of the month 50% taxes, and a company making billions of profit don't pay taxes or pay very few taxes. So we need to have regulations. But we need to have that on a field where we are sure that we do not make Europe less competitive than the States or than London tomorrow. So we need really, from my point of view, to have this on a higher level than just the 27. And I don't speak now for Luxembourg. This is really to defend also in the European economy. We can't be less attractive just by thinking, so this is popular, people want it, so we decided, but it harms our own economy. And I don't speak for Luxembourg, I speak really for the European Union.